Hey guys, I'm back on another market update, so let's get started. Let's start with Sword and Shield. Alright, so Battle Styles went down a little bit, but it's not really a big deal. Chilling Rain went back down to about $10 from its previous value. It's been kind of around this point before. It's nice to see it still hover above 300, but yeah, it's definitely seen better days in the past. But in the recent, since like January 22nd, that's kind of when the prices really started to drop more. It's kind of consistent to there, but before that, we've definitely seen it go to like close to 400. Uh, Volume Skies continues to go down, like 1260. I get a lot of comments saying, don't worry about it. Yeah, I agree. Long term, don't worry about it. It really might mean that it's getting cheap. It's literally dropping like every day. Um, from like 1400 to 1250. I don't know how much cheaper it's gonna go. Uh, but it's definitely something people are looking out for. They're wondering how low it can go before they start investing in it, or they think it's too expensive by a TCG player and they're just trying to get side deals. Fusion Strike kind of recovered back up to 450, but that's kind of its normal price. It just dropped a few days ago. And Lost Origin, I just put these minor price changes, but they don't really matter. I want to look at some of the supply changes. I think that was a little more interesting. So you see Rebel Clash, it tends to have very sparse sales. So it had its first days of consecutive sales for like a while. There was one on January 23rd to 24th, but other than that, it's been pretty sparse lately. And what I'm seeing here is that the price didn't really change much, but when I scroll down, um, you see this Moby's Corner, and then you see this Poke Fiends, and after that, um, it goes down to about $300 a box. So at least on TCG Player, if people buy two more boxes, like honestly, then you'll raise the market price to $300. Um, like I'm sure people will like go back down, go back down to 250 or 275 or whatever. But yeah, it definitely I am seeing like very low quantity, say increased sales of all of a sudden, and there's very little listings at that price. And Rebel Clash has been at that price for so long. um, yeah, 247 since like January 28th, basically, and it was like 225 for a while. Yeah, it's been a very long time at that price, so maybe it's just finally time. Lost Origin, I just wanted to note that yesterday people bought seven, which is more than normal. I think some of that was like some people bought like three over here, and then other people bought other ones. And Silver Tempest, yeah, I'm seeing at the end of this month compared to the earlier this month, there's more demand. You see, like there's higher bars and more concentrated bars at the end. And when I scroll down, let's look at the price. Let's see, 250. I mean 245. Um, Even if some of these early listings sell out, there's still more around that price, or maybe it'll go to like 255 or 260. Nothing too major. So we have some time for Silver Tempest goes back up, but we are seeing more being bought out. If the rate increases though, like I mean, this is like 7 to 10 per day, so one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. So if you get to seven bought, you get down to 257, which is higher than normal. Like it's been stuck at around 240 for a while. Actually, it just increased to. Actually, I'm remembering now. It was at 230 for a while. It just increased to 245. So actually, the price might continue to go up because it hasn't really made price changes in a while. This is the first time. So yeah, but it's mostly contingent on if the demand keeps increasing. Most of the reasons why these boxes haven't been moving is just that there's not enough being bought, and so there's enough time in between for people to get nervous and just list the boxes lower, and then the prices stay the same or they even decrease. All right, so Scarlet and Violet base didn't go down much. Paldea has recovered, and it's mainly because this heavy tech listing, um, it's raised its prices. It was like 190. What was it? Like it was like 195 before. And Heavy Tech has raised its price. I think it still has 22. I think it keeps listing boxes. Um, Although there were more Paldea boxes sold in the last 2 days. So Paldea is, I think people are starting to notice also that I'm noticing that Paldea is a buy, and like at these lower prices, it's a buy. Um, and yeah, there's been increased demand in the last 2 days to kind of support that. Even like today, it's not, it hasn't even crossed midday, but our retail boxes have sold, which doesn't always happen. Um, yeah, once you get past the heavy tech boxes and then this other one, you go back to the 200 something prices. I also noticed heavy tech was on Paradox, which has finally increased to 160. I think it might have been at 160 before, but it hasn't been 160 for a very long time. Um, I could be wrong about that. Actually, never mind. Yeah, it hasn't been 160 before. This is, as far as I know, this is a new high. And I think it's been just uh, been about time, basically. It's been slowed on Pokemon Center for a while. Um, and yeah, we've been seeing strong demand this month. Like consistent demand of at least like 10 to 20 boxes a day. So yeah, with only so much supply, like if 10 were bought, like yeah, heavy tech would get bought. How many? If 20 get bought, heavy tech would get bought. Like heavy tech is literally like trying to offload a lot of boxes. Since I noticed it twice, I just saw what else it was selling. It's selling Twilight, and it's around the lowest, and Temporal also. So Heavy Tech is part of the reason why these boxes are the prices they are. And once they sell out, the prices will, at least some of these will resume going up. But yeah, Paradox is up for a run. Don't let the Heavy Tech thing over distract you. They'll sell it eventually. Yeah, you see Heavy Tech is over here. It's pretty much the same price as the same before. I guess it's a new seller because it has 185 sales. And then Surging Sparks has gone up to 255, 256, 255. Yeah, there's been more boxes sold yesterday. 32 is like pretty high. Yeah, these bars look really low over here in the 3 month. But I mean, it's still selling a bunch each day, like relative comparing considering it's such a high priced item. So Surging Sparks is still popular. I still get people Ripper Shivers asking if I have Surging Sparks, so I know it's still something that is desired for Ripper Ships. And if it's desired for Ripper Ships, because the margins are good enough and the popularity is good enough, that it's gonna continue to move. Crown Zenith hasn't really changed much. I mentioned this yesterday that yeah, these high pack listings, which are a lot of these are probably just scalpers, um, or they bought from scalpers. They're kind of dictating that the price should be around 650 to 670. So it's gonna be like that for a while unless they all change their mind. But yeah, there weren't that many bought in the last 2 days, and that's also affecting prices. And then Sea and Sky, demand is still pretty decent. There's like 39 a day. The Sea and Sky has had issues keeping up its value, and it's pretty stable at like I think it might also be because people are looking at the loose packs and they see that the loose pack price is so stable and they think Sea and Sky should be worth more, especially if they ship it out with the whole box. And so it just has to be like a little more expensive than the the loose packs, or else people would just buy Sea and Sky. So that's also having an effect on the market. All right, next. And then bundles are kind of going down in demand. And then ETBs, they're about the same, maybe going down a little bit. 151, 151 is mostly the same as yesterday. Um, the poster collections are the most interesting. Like I've been noticing because it's so apparent because collections have been like so I'm gonna say disliked for lack of better words. people were like they're worse in like loose packs for a while. Um, and like they were less desired than the bundles. But I think that what's happening right now with the poster collections is that since they're not printed anymore, like I remember I was seeing a bunch of deals for Dollar General. Like Dollar General was just like fire selling them. They're like, oh, you can get huge discounts on these, so that's also why the prices were so low. But I'm seeing a bunch of people list like the poster and the promos, and they're selling for at least like $8 or $9. So that's making up for the extra value. So yeah, the poster and the I've never actually seen the poster. Is that what the poster looks like? Oh, that's kind of cool actually. I've never seen this before. Oh, it's not loading. Oh, whatever. Huh, I didn't know that's what it looked like. Um, yeah, yeah. The posters and the promos are starting to gain value. Like 151's so hot. Like these things are gonna be collectors' items. I feel like in the long term. So instead of these being like just useless stuff, they are becoming more and more valuable. The binder collections, which they did change their price, but they're still going insane. Like three still sold yesterday, and the quantity went down. People are still buying these. People are still investing in these. It's just yeah, it's kind of crazy how much they're buying. Like like three doesn't sound like a lot, but for such a high value, there's only 4 packs of this, guys. Um, and the binder, yeah, the binder is selling for $50. Wow. Yeah, people are valuing the binder. Oh, there's a playmat too. So it's not just a binder. There's a playmat. I guess that's why. I'm telling you, the 151 accessories are going hot. Um, but yeah, other than that, there's not the ATBs went up about $7, so they're close to 200 now. And the Zapdos box recovered, and yeah, the poster collections have gone up like $1. That's like a new high, pretty much $40. All right, so Prismatic has the surprise boxes and mini tins have gone down a little bit. The mini tin displays drops like $4. The surprise boxes actually didn't really drop that much. The binders drops about $3. ETBs went up like $1. Umbreon tin has gone down. Interestingly enough, the Sylveon tin is now more expensive than the Umbreon tin, but I think that's probably because a lot of people. Well, there's two things. Pokemon Center let you just buy the individual tins. And so a lot of people probably just offload Umbreon tins. And Umbreon tins are probably just listed so much that there's more available supply probably. And people were like, yeah, this will definitely sell. So they sell it. But I mean, it's still good value for a seller, like $15 a pack. But yeah, otherwise, like Prismatic is pretty stable. There hasn't been that many changes. But like the lowest price is like these oh yeah, the poster collections and the 3 pack things, and they're 11.50. So the loose pack price is stably at 11.50. But yeah, there's not that much activity. ETBs are still selling for like 100 something a day. Loose packs are selling. They sold for like 137. The quantity has gone up, so people are listing more. Uh, yeah, the displays have the demand is about the same, but the supply has gone up. It's about 200. Um, PCTBs have gone to 305, so we're actually starting to see an increase in those. It's cost 300 back from a low of around 250. And yeah, surprise boxes, they sold like 97 yesterday, and there's still only 400. So there's some good demand for there. They're just kind of like cheap. Like the lowest promo I remember seeing was like $25, and you can get an Umbreon. And if you get the Umbreon, you pretty much make all your money back, plus more. And then joining together, the main thing I saw that was different was the bundles went down about $5 to 60. Um, but these are still overpriced. Don't buy these. But the demand for booster boxes is still kind of good. It's like 100 yesterday, and then ETBs went increased about 35 yesterday. And then battle partners, I'm seeing cheaper listings around like 90 now. Like there's this case here, which is pretty cheap. instead of 90. So Battle Horn is slightly going down. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.